Hello everyone and welcome to your mat. My name is Hanna and I will be guiding you through today's practice. Begin by finding a comfortable seat. You might sit up on a bolster, maybe on a pillow or cushion to elevate your hips. If not so, bring a bolster to the top or the side of your mat. Once you are comfortable, bring your hands to your knees or thighs and allow your eyes to close. If you have to make any last few adjustments to get yourself comfortable, do so now. And sitting up with a straight and long spine. The crown of the head is reaching up towards the sky. Your shoulders melting towards the ground. And feel your hips sinking towards the ground beneath you. Begin by noticing your physical body, especially during pregnancy. You may move and live through a lot of ups and downs. Just welcome whatever is present right now. No judgment, no expectations. Feel into your physical body. Depending on how far along you are in your pregnancy, you might feel movement in the womb. And then become aware of your energetic body. You're feeling especially energized, so maybe a little slack and slow today. Notice your mental body, the quality of your thoughts, and allow them to come and go like clouds. Welcome your whole being to this practice. Welcome your baby to your practice. And remember to make adjustments when needed. Take rests whenever needed. And the body has a language of its own. Allow yourself to listen to that language. No need to prove anything. Now notice your breath. Feel your inhale. Feel your exhale. The next in-breath, bring your hands to your heart center and bow your head. With great respect and love, we now enter the practice of yoga. Your hands to your face, and just wipe down over your face as you blink your eyes open. Hands come down to your thighs. With your inhale, sweep the hands around and up overhead. And as you exhale, bring the hands and arms over the sides, back down. Inhale, sweep the hands and arms around and up, stretching up to the sky. And exhale, bring the arms back down. Inhale, lift the arms around and up, grow a little taller. And exhale, lower them down. Now inhale, lift the arms and up. On your exhale, twist gently to the right. Bring the left hand to the right knee, the right hand behind you. Make sure you keep enough space for your belly here. Breathe. Wait for your next inhale and lift the arms up and over. Come back to center. Exhale, hands down to your thighs. other side. Inhale, sweep the arms up. On your exhale, rotate over to the left. And perhaps you bring the gaze over the left shoulder, keeping the back of the neck nice and long as you breathe. And come back to center, sweep the arms up once more. And exhale, bring the hands down to your knees or thighs. Inhale, lift the arms around and up. Last one. And exhale, reach forward through your hands and make your way into a child's pose. So if you're sitting on a bolster or cushion, bring it to the side. Bring your knees as wide apart as needed, big toes together, and sink your hips down to your heels. If you do need any props underneath your forehead, grab them now. And again here, coming into your breath. Melt the hips further down to your heels with each exhale. If this pose is very uncomfortable for you, you're more than welcome to sit on your heels instead, or make your way into tabletop. The breath becoming a little slower, a little deeper. And ground firmly through your hands, and with your inhale, come up into your tabletop. Tuck your toes, and exhale, shifting back to down dog, your knees that bend deeply. Flowing here, inhale, come to your tabletop, and exhale, shift back into Balasana, child's pose, or into sitting on your heels if you prefer. Inhale, come up into tabletop. Exhale, come back into downward facing dog. Adding an Om here on the exhale. Inhale, come to tabletop, and exhale, Om. Keep moving, keep chanting Om. Inhale, shifting forward into all fours, and exhale, no down dog. Om. Inhale. Om. Om. Inhale. Om. Keep moving. And last one, come into table. Om. Om. Pause in your down dog. Soften your neck. You might stay in stillness or paddle your feet from side to side. Just noticing how this pose is feeling today. Knowing that you can always make adjustments, you can always take a rest. And finding downward facing dog, find stillness. Gently come back down to your hands and knees into your tabletop, preparing for a variation of side plank. Extend the left leg behind you, and then rotate the heel down to the ground. Ground down to the right hand as you bring your left hand to your hips. Lift your gaze up towards the ceiling. And last, lift the left hand up towards the ceiling as well. You might stay right there or reach the left hand towards the front of your mat, stretching through the left side body. Exhale to bring the left hand down to the mat. Keep the left leg nice and long here. Lift the left toes off the mat as you inhale. Exhale, bring the left knee to the left elbow. Inhale, stretch nice and long. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, find length. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, find length. Now exhale, bring the knee to the elbow and then step the left foot to the front of the mat. Make sure you have a nice and wide stance. Create space for your growing or widening hips. Bring your left hand to the left thigh and reach the right hand up towards the sky. You might like to stay right there or lift the left hand up towards the sky as well. Gently pull the left hip back to square the hips off. If you're okay to do so, lift your gaze up just a little bit. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, bring the hands down to the lower back, interlace the hands here, and reach the knuckles of the hands down towards the ground. Heart rises up. And keep the hips square. One more inhale here deeply. Exhale. Lift the hands up overhead as you breathe in. Breathe out, bring the hands to the inside of the left foot. Ground down through your palms and wiggle the left foot back. Extend the left leg back behind you one more time. Ground down to the left toes and shift back into down dog. You can soften the neck, the gaze comes back towards your feet. Keep that deep bend in your knees. Breathe in and shift forward. Come back down to hands and knees, preparing for the second side. So this time extend the right leg back behind you, ground through the toes first. Spin the heel down to the mat, stack the right hip on top of the left. You might move the left foot a little further to the left as well. Right hand, right hip as you spin open towards the right. Lift the hands up towards the ceiling. Lift your gaze. Stay where you are or bring length into the side waist as you stretch the right fingertips to the front. Breathe out and bring the right hand down to the mat. Come back to center, square your hips and lift the right foot up off the mat. Breathe in, stretch long. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, extend the leg behind you. Exhale, bring the knee to the elbow. Inhale, finding a length. And exhale, bring the knee to the elbow. Inhale, find length. And this time, exhale, bring the knee to the elbow first, and then bring the right foot to the outside of the right hand, so a little wider than usual. Square your hips. And bring your right hand to your right thigh to help you up into your low lunge. Lift the left hand up towards the sky. Make sure you're not dumping all the weight into the lower back and just very gently hugging the front of the body into the back body. And perhaps you lift the right hand up as well. If your balance allows, lift your gaze. With your exhale, interlace the hands behind your lower back and reach the hand down the back thigh as you lift your sternum towards the ceiling, stretching through the front of your chest, creating space. And circle the arms back up overhead. And with your exhale, bring the hands back down to the inside of the right foot. Extend the right leg back behind you one more time, keeping the lower back long. Ground through the toes and step back into your downward facing dog with bent knees. Breathing here. Let's bring your feet a little wider apart first. Walk your hands slowly in towards your feet, so you will find a fold at the back of your mat. Create as much space as needed, so you might just bring your forearms to your thighs to find a gentle fold. Knees are bent. If your belly is still a little smaller, you might fold all the way down over your legs with your belly between your legs. Let your head hang heavy, and perhaps you're even taking hold of opposite elbows to a fine rag dog. Allow the spine to cascade down towards the ground. Deep breaths. Find a halfway lift as you inhale. The hands come to your thighs. Walk your way all the way up to find Tandasana, standing up straight at the back of your mat. Your feet come to be parallel to each other, toes pointing straight forward. Allow the palms to turn forward as well. Grounding down through the soles of your feet as you reach the crown of the head towards the sky. Okay, close your eyes. And then begin to shift your weight towards your heels, just very slightly, over to the right side, to the toes, and to the left. Just to ground the feet even more. Once you're ready, reach the arms up and overhead, breathing in, interlace the hands but the index finger. Cross the left leg behind the right. Exhale to bend your knees, and inhale, stretch long, lean over to the left side. Come back to center as you inhale, but keep your feet where they are. Your hands come down to your heart center, or perhaps to your hips. Find tree pose. So bring your left leg now over to the outside of the right leg, your left foot to your right calf, your right inner thigh, or just the heel into the ankle with the toes to the mat. Wherever you are, just avoid to put pressure onto your knee. Just finding a stable tree pose. You might lift your hands up towards the sky, growing branches. So you grow roots through the foot down to the earth. Bring your hands back down to your heart and square your hips, pointing the left knee forward. Ground your feet evenly. Inhale to bring the arms up and overhead, coming to the other side. Pistol grip your hands once more and cross the right leg behind the left. Exhale, bend your knees deeply. And inhale, leaning over to the left side and straighten your legs as much as possible. You're on the right toes. Breathe space into the right side waist. Keep your legs where they are, but bring the spine to straight again, inhaling. Hands to heart center as you exhale. Open up through the hips as you slide the right foot to the left ankle with the toes on the mat, the left calf, or perhaps you use the right hand to bring the right foot to the left inner thigh into tree pose. Vipassana. Make sure you're feeling safe enough in your balance pose. And if you did on the other side, lift your hands, growing branches, standing up nice and tall. Hands back to your heart center, the right knee pointing forward as you square your hips. Mindfully step the right foot down beside the left. Standing up tall at the back of your mat. Inhale, circle the hands around up. Toe your feet further apart. to find a forward fold as you exhale. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Hands can come to your thighs. And exhale, folding even deeper. Walk your hands to the front of the mat and return to your downward facing dog. Breathing here. You might enter the next pose from down dog, or if you prefer, come back down to hands and knees. Wherever you are, bring the right foot to the top of the mat. Again, we want to have the right foot to the outside of the right hand with the knee above the ankle. Take an inhale here and lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, straighten both legs, lift your hips. Inhale, shift forward, right knee bends. And exhale, straighten the legs as much as you can. Inhale, shifting forward, rebend the right knee, gaze comes to the front. Bring the left heel now down to the mat as well, and left toes pointing to the side, right hand, right thigh. Inhale, cartwheel, the hands are running up. Come into warrior 2. Right hand reaching forward, left back. Sink down through your hips. And bring the gaze over the right middle finger. And you can stay right here with the hands reaching to the sides, or bring your hands to your belly, connecting with that growing miracle within you. Just checking in with how you both are doing right now. Reach the hands out to the side once more. And inhale, shift forward, bring the right forearm to the right thigh. Circle the left arm around and up into extended side angle pose. Creating a diagonal from the left fingertips to the left foot. Take the weight out of the right forearm. Breathing in. And exhale here. Come back up into warrior 2. Inhale. Straighten both legs. I'm going to turn over to the long end of the mat. Turn the toes out, the heels in. With your exhale, bend both knees and come into goddess pose. Your hands come down to your knees or thighs. This is not really yoga pose, but it feels great. Let your hips just sink down and shift from side to side. Come to stillness. Bring your fingertips pointing down to your mat. Inhale here. And exhale, turn over to the right, gaze over the left shoulder. Inhale, come to center. Exhale to the left, gaze over the right shoulder. Inhale, come to center, pressing into your feet. And exhale, shifting to the other side. Inhale, keep it moving. Exhale. Come back to center as you breathe in. Straighten your legs. Push the palms of your hands to the sides, finding a star shape here. Return back to your warrior 2's right toes pointing forward, to left toes to the side. Right hand, right thigh to help you come back down to the mat. Hands to the inside of the right foot, left heel lifts. Mount the left knee to the mat to come back into your downward facing dog step by step. Either remain in stillness or shifting the hips from side to side. In your own way, lift the left foot off the mat and step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. You can always use the left hand to help the foot forward. Take an inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, lift your hips, straighten the legs. There can still be a bend in the left leg. Inhale to shift forward. Heart reaches through your shoulders. And exhale to shift back. Inhale. The breath carrying your body through this practice. Exhale. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale to shift back. Heart melts. Inhale now, shift forward, find a long, long spine. Spin the right heel down to the mat. The toes pointing to the side. Left hand, left thigh. To help yourself up into your warrior two. Make sure the left knee is not overshooting the ankle here. Again, you might like to stay just here, reaching through the fingertips. If you like to check in, connect with your baby, bring your hands around your belly. And gently pulling your feet together to stabilize your hips. Bring your arms out to the side as you breathe in and exhale, left elbow, left thigh. Rotate to the right and sweep the right hand around and up overhead, the upper arm bone beside the right ear. Stretching nice and long through the right side waist, but remember to keep the left side waist long as well. Inhale here. And with your exhale, slowly drop and sweep the right arm down in front of your face. Inhale, let the right arm pick you back up into warrior two. From here, straighten both legs, turn to the right side of your mat. Toes are pointing in slightly, heels out this time. Interlace the hands behind your lower back or take hold of opposite elbows, preparing to fold. Inhale for length and exhale, hinge from your hips and fold forward. You can always adjust your stance here. If this is way too much for you right now, you're feeling a little dizzy today, you can bring your hands to the floor instead, or even to a bolster to come into a halfway lift instead. Especially if you are suffering from reflux, I suggest to avoid forward folds or make them just a little softer. Find the pose that suits you today. Keep on pulling the feet together, stabilizing your hips. Bring your hands down to your mat. Find your halfway lift as you inhale here. Like the front body gently into the back body. Bend your knees deeply, turn the toes to the side, heels in, and come back into your goddess pose. Lengthening the spine. Inhale, sweep the arms around and up, straighten your legs. And exhale, hands to your belly, bend your knees. Inhale, rising up, arms, legs straight. Exhale, goddess pose, hands to your belly. Inhale, rise. Exhale, sinking down, strengthening those legs. Inhale, lifting up, maybe you lift your gaze. Now keep your legs straight as you exhale, come back into warrior two. Left knee bends. The left hand find the left thigh and circle the right arm around, up and down. Right heel lifts. You might want to bring the right knee down to the mat. To extend the left leg back behind you and come back into downward facing dog. Reset and down dog. Shift forward, bring your knees to the mat. Knees wide apart, big toes together, child's pose, balasana. And again, if this is not available for you or your belly's touching the ground, you can come to sit up on your heels instead. Just noticing your physical body again, checking in. Your energetic body. Your mental body. Be here as you are, looping your hands down beside your shoulders, roll up into a seat if you're not here already. Sit up on your heels, bring your knees a little closer together now. Reach the crown of the head up towards the sky and bring your hands to your thighs. Close your eyes and continue breathing deeply, deepening the breath in your seat. If you'd like to take a little sigh out through your mouth, feel free to do so. Just releasing any last bit of tension from the body, the mind, the heart. Everything is perfect just the way it is right now. Allow yourself another 3 to 5 deep breaths in your mini meditation. And blink your eyes open. Shift off your heels. Sit down on your mat. Extend your legs out in front of you. Just taking a few circles through your ankles. Switching directions. Come to stillness and prepare for figure 4 stretch. So bring the right ankle above the left over the left thigh. Flex the right toes back towards the knee. And then bend the left knee if available. You can lean back into your hands and gently swaying from side to side to stretch to the right outer hip, the right glute. You can continue or stay in this stretch, so it is also preparation for double pigeon, but be very mindful with your hips, especially during pregnancy. If you're familiar with double pigeon, come into double pigeon, and perhaps you even fold forward if you want a little bit more. But if not, just stay in your figure 4 shape, please. Pregnancy is not necessarily time to climb mountains. So just make the best out of it with where you're at right now. Release from this stretch. Extend the left leg out along the mat till the right knee bends. Right foot to the left inner thigh. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, twist to the left side, taking an open twist. Breathe in. And breathe out to release. Come back to center and switch sides. Right leg, left leg extends. Figure 4 shape on the other side. So bend the left knee and bring the left foot to the right thigh, just above the knee. Flex the toes back towards the knee, and perhaps you bend the right knee as well, bringing the shin bone closer towards your chest. Your hands can come back to behind you. If you need a little stretch through your wrist, you can turn the hands around the other way. So in whatever way you had the hands before, turn the fingers to the other side. If available, and if you have done so before, you might even come into your double pigeon. So during pregnancy, the body releases and produces a lot of extra hormones. which some can soften the body, the joints, the ligaments and tendons. And therefore it is very easy for us to overstretch in the body, which can get quite dangerous, can cause pain. If you're in double pigeon, come back to figure 4 shape and release from the stretch, sliding the right leg, the right foot away from you. Bring the left foot to the right inner thigh, the knee pointing up. Inhale here. Exhale, rotate to the right side, taking an open twist, so we have enough space for the belly. Come back to center. Bend both knees now and just gently sway the knees from side to side, rotating through the hips. Bring movement into the joints. Come to stillness and set up for your last pose here. I'm going to come into Shavasana. And so you might, if your belly is still quite small, sit down on your bolster and lay back over the bolster with your knees bent. Open the arms out to the side. To find a stretch to the front of your body and your chest. Make sure that that feels comfortable. At some point you might not like to lay on your back anymore at all. Decide if you like to finish your practice here. If you come into side lying Shavasana with a bolster or block in between your legs to level out your hips and pelvis. Lay on your left side. Bring your left ear to your left arm for support, and perhaps your right hand to your belly to reconnect with your baby. Close your eyes if you have not already. Feel your whole body soften, melting. Your mind, your thoughts will drift off. And give yourself to stillness. Rest in Shavasana. And begin to deepen your breath once more. Gently breathing energy back into your body as you become aware of your surroundings. And once you're ready to do so, begin to move the bolster to the side. And then press into your hands to come up into a comfortable seat. Reaching the crown of the head up, grounding through your hips. And we'll just take 3 deep breaths together. Empty your lungs. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. Hold. Exhale 3, 2, 1. Inhale 3, 2, 1. Hold. Exhale 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift your hands up to your heart space. Thank yourself for showing up and bow your head in gratitude for this practice. Lift your hands up to your face and wipe your hands over your face, down over your neck. Bring them back down to your heart center. Thanks for joining me. From my heart to yours. Namaste.